Have you ever wanted to do something, but then you feel lazy? You just feel like you don't have enough motivation to do it. So let's say today you want to learn IELTS, but then you feel that it's so hard for you, and then you feel lazy. You don't have that right motivation to keep studying. If you used to have that feeling, then in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you feel like you don't have enough motivation to do something. And it can be anything. It can be learning IELTS. It can be working at the gym, anything. So please bear in mind that these are all my experience, my personal experience. And of course, there's going to be other reasons why you don't have enough motivation to do something. But these are the 3 most common reasons that I've noticed among my students as well as myself. So please consider it as a source of reference. So yeah, let's get started. So the first reason is because you haven't achieved any improvements during your journey. So let's say, for example, after you have learned IELTS for like 2 or 3 months, and then you realize that you've gained nothing, you haven't improved at all, and that's when you feel bored. You feel that you've put so much effort into it. You have spent so much time on it, but then you've gained nothing, and you just want to give up. And then you feel like you don't have motivation to do it. And in this case, what I would recommend is you need to change your current method, your approach, because it's very likely that the method that you're using is not working for you and it doesn't suit you at all. And that's when you need to change to something better, something that works for you. So for example, for me, I used to work at the gym, and at the beginning, I didn't know how to do it. So I had to hire PT, my personal trainer. But I remember that I needed to change my PT like 2 or 3 times until I found that one, the one that could really help me improve my body. And you need to do the same because, you know, that's life, right? Like you need to try and see what's going to work best for you. It's all about trial and errors. So just keep finding the method or the IELTS teacher or the person that can help you achieve some improvements in what you're doing, because once you start seeing results, that's when you feel more excited, and that's when you feel the energy, the motivation for you to keep moving forward. Then one day after that, suddenly one of my students was a PT, and he recommended me to change my diet as well as my workout plans. And then he was willing to help me to change my body. And I listened to his advice. And you know what? Surprisingly, after working out like according to his plan, after 2 months, I could see improvements in my body. And that was when I felt more excited and I just want to keep doing it. So yeah, that's why I've been telling you that you really need to see the results in your journey so that you can feel the need to keep doing it, and you feel more excited, you feel more interested in it, and you just keep doing it. And the greater thing is, after you have done it for a period of time, let's say a few months, then gradually it's going to become your habit. And once it's become your habit, then you're just going to keep doing it because it's part of you already, and it's going to benefit you in the long run. A few years ago, I was a girl who would never hit the gym because I was so lazy, and exercising would never be my thing. I just hated it, you know. But after I met my student, my PT, the right PT that I talked about, he helped me change my body day by day. And then I could see that I could be better at it. I could become hotter. I could be fitter. And now working at the gym has been my habit. And it just feels, you know, irritating to not go to the gym. And now I think like I go to the gym like 4 or 5 times a week, which is a lot. And a lot of people ask me like, how can I do it? What is my motivation? Really, there's no motivation anymore, you know, because at this stage, after I've been doing it for so many years, and I've got a lot of results like I have today, I just feel that this is something really important to me, and I just cannot stop doing it. I just keep doing it until I get better every single day. And every morning, when I look at myself in the mirror, I look at that body, and I thought to myself, do I really want this to stop? Do I want to go from this back to this again? No. And then that's when I know that I just have to hit the gym and I just need to do it every day until I get better. So yeah, that's when it just naturally becomes my habit without me realizing it. And it's going to be the same for you. If you start to see results, good results, then you'll be more excited and you'll be more interested in doing it. And if you keep doing it for a long period of time, it's going to be your habit. And that's when you really enjoy doing it. You can get the pleasure from doing it, the joy from doing it. The second reason why you feel like you don't have enough motivation to do something is because you haven't had that specific goal in your mind. What do I mean by specific goal? So it needs to be something very specific, very clear. So for example, I've had a lot of students who come to me and then they want to study English with me. And then when I ask them why do you want to study English? And then they say, I just want to improve my English level. I just want to be better so that I can talk to foreigners, or I just want to learn it for fun. But this is not a clear goal. It's not specific. It's not specific at all, because trust me, if you don't have that clear goal, then one day soon you'll feel that it's boring to learn that, and you just feel tired and you can give up easily. You don't have anything to push you go further. So take me as an example. Many years ago, I used to study Korean. And my purpose was I just wanted to learn for fun, And also I was a big fan of Korean movies and dramas and all that kind of stuff. And I just wanted to learn Korean so that I could watch Korean dramas without looking at the subtitles. So it was my purpose. But it was not so specific and it was not strong enough for me to keep learning, And at the beginning, I chose to study at this Korean learning center. And I was very excited at the beginning, okay? And I tried hard at that time. But then after a few lessons, I started to be lazy. And then whenever I wanted to do my homework, I felt tired. And then I thought to myself, so it's just for fun, I can do it tomorrow or the other day or the next day after that. It doesn't matter. There's no pressure on me doing it. And then I just ended up not doing homework for the whole term, for the whole course. And then at the end of the course, I felt like I didn't gain anything from the course. And what's worse is I felt that it was the fault of the teacher that was a bad teacher that couldn't help me get better at Korean. I didn't think that was me at all, okay? And then I changed to another more expensive center, thinking that this one is going to help me get my goal. But then I did the same thing. I didn't do homework at all. I was so lazy and with the same thinking. And then, as you can guess, I didn't gain anything at the end of the course. And then I still thought that it was not good enough for me. This is not a good enough center for me. And then I changed to another one that my friend recommended me. And the results was the same. I was never better at Korean. And at this point, I looked at myself, I reflected at myself, and I realized that it was not the teacher, it was me who didn't do the homework, who didn't try hard to learn Korean, because I thought I was just learning it for fun. Like I didn't really have any specific goal to push me to learn it. So I didn't go anywhere with that. So yeah, that's just to tell you that if you are in the same situation, if you just want to learn English or IELTS for fun, then it's very likely that you're going nowhere because you're going to end up giving it up soon. But of course, there are those exceptions. There are those people who can keep learning it until they get better at it, and they just, keep bettering themselves every single day. But those are the ones who are very mature, who have very good mindsets. And I'm not talking about age. It's not about like old or young people, okay? It's just all about mindsets. And these people, they're not many of these people, it's not common. A lot of you guys are in the second category, in another category, that you just want to learn it for fun and then you give up easily. So what I want to say here is, if you are one of those people who just want to do something for fun, you need to change your mindset again. You need to find out what specifically you want to achieve. And then you need to set a target so that you can just stick to it, you know? You need to make a plan, a detailed plan on how to do it. So back to me again. Like when I was still in university, okay, I wanted to get a part-time job at an IELTS center, but at the time, I was just a teaching assistant and my salary was so low. And then I was told that if I could get IELTS 7.5, then I could become a teacher officially. At that time, my IELTS score was just 7.0. So what I needed to do is to get that 7.5 certificate, and then I could get higher salary. So that was a specific goal, you know? And then I made a very detailed plan in just 1 month. I decided to, to just stay home and focus on learning IELTS until I get that goal. And I was so specific that I found out, like for reading, I need to get that score. For listening, I need to get that score. It needs to be very detailed, because then what you need to do is just stick to it, and follow it. And then it's gonna keep reminding you to keep trying every single day until you get it. Now, the third reason why you don't have motivation to do something is because you haven't experienced the consequence of not doing it. So what do we mean by that? So, for example, when bad things happen to your life, let's say accidents or incidents, some kind of incidents, after you have gone through it, you feel very scared and you don't want that to happen again. And that's when you feel the need to do it, to do something, to learn something, so that that same thing, that same incident would never happen again to your life, because you're so scared, So for example, many years ago, I had this student. She was over 40. She had 2 kids. She was working as a nurse. She was a very busy person. And she had a husband who was very abusive and very violent. And she had a terrible marriage with this husband. And she just wanted to get rid of it, And the only way for her to do that is to go to Canada to work as a nurse. And in order to do that, she needed to get IELTS 6.0. That was the only way for her to better her life, to save her marriage, to save herself, and to save her kids. And she had no choice but to study IELTS. But the thing is, her background was very bad, She had zero knowledge of English. Like, she didn't know anything about English. She didn't know any basic words like basic, computer, poor, or things like that. She didn't even know how to do tenses like simple presents and things like that. So you can imagine that her level of English was really, really low. I could tell that it was like an absolute zero. And she was quite old, like she's over 40 and super busy with her kids and her job. And how could such a woman have like the ability to get 6.0 in just a few months? And even myself as a teacher, I couldn't see her future of getting it. And after learning with me for a period of time, she stopped because she was so busy. Then she decided to study by herself. And 6 months later, she called me and said that I got 6.0. I was like, what? Are you being serious? Like, how can you do that? How could you do that? It was just unbelievable, because like I couldn't believe in my eyes that with that background, she could get 6.0 in just a very short span of time. And she told me that the secret is because, she just wanted to get rid of that terrible life. She just wanted to get rid of her husband, her abusive husband. She just wanted her kids to live better in another country. And that's why every single night after she comes home from work and after finish taking care of her kids, she just study until like 3 or 4 a.m. And then she sleeps for a few hours and then she go back to work. That's how she did it. She didn't make any excuses. because learning IELTS was really her top priority. That's why she tried to make time for it. And that's how she could get it. And so you can see that with that kind of motivation, with that strong motivation, it just kept pushing her, and it make her turn something impossible into something possible, which is amazing. So just imagine, if you're young, you have a comfortable life, you have everything you need, and you want to get 6.0 after 6 months with that level of background. It's very hard for you to do it because you're just going to keep making excuses. You're going to say that, oh, I'm busy with this, with that. But they're all just excuses, you know? If you can see the real consequences of not doing it, like of the person of my student, then you're going to be scared and you just want to like keep learning it so that you can get rid of it, you know? You can avoid it. You can have a better life. Okay, so another example is about myself. It's not about IELTS. So 3 months ago, I broke up with my ex, and I loved him so much with all my heart. But I just felt like the relationship didn't go anywhere. Like he didn't really love me the way I wanted. And I felt so heartbroken in that relationship, and that's why I decided to end it. But anyway, after that, I was heartbroken. I was emotionally drained. I cried all day, all night for months, and I felt like I was depressed. You know, every day when I woke up, I asked myself, who am I? Why am I on this earth? Like such stupid questions. And I just didn't know how to overcome that fear. It was such a terrible, the darkest time of my life that I would never want to go back. And after that, one of the questions that I always thought to myself was, why did he treat me that way? And then suddenly I just thought that maybe let's just, Google it, just search it on YouTube. And then surprisingly, I found a lot of results, a lot of videos about how to love someone, about love science. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a science behind love, behind how men fall in love, how women fall in love, how to treat your partner in the right way. There's so many things about love that I haven't known at all. And at that point, I knew that loving someone is not an instinct, okay? If I just follow my instincts, then I would end up going nowhere. And then I wouldn't really find my true happiness in love. This is something I need to learn. I need to work on it. I need to equip myself with knowledge about love so that I can level up myself. I can better my future relationships. But the point is, at the time, after figuring out like why we broke up, so I knew that it was me who was wrong as well, not just him. But it happened anyway. But at the time, I was still so heartbroken that I didn't know how to overcome that. And then I felt like I just need to heal myself first before I learned how to love someone. And that's when I tried to find out how to heal myself on YouTube. And as you can guess, I found a lot of videos about healing. And I took that course that could help me heal myself, that could help me become a better version of myself, a more positive person. And it works. And after that shock, after that darkest time of my life, I realized that there's so many things I need to learn about self-love. Like a lot of people know that you need to love yourself. But the thing is, you just don't know how to love yourself in the right way, in the proper way. And you need to learn that so that you can prevent yourself from all the emotional damage that you may suffer in the future. And also, you need to learn how to love someone so that you can treat them the way that they want to. And yeah, there's so many things you need to learn. That's when I know that, okay, if I don't want to go back to that darkest time, I need to learn all of these things. And I need to learn it consistently. It's not about just learning for a few months to get a specific result and then I stop. No, it's not like that. I need to keep doing it because I know that once I stop, my life is going to be bad. My life is going to be like that darkest time, and I don't want that at all. It's just so intimidating for me. So now I've been doing it for like 3 years, and I get used to it. And I feel that it's great because you're learning every single day. You just keep learning it for the rest of your life, and your life quality is just getting better every day. Someone used to tell me, bad things are gonna happen to a lot of people, to everyone, but it's your attitude that matters. It's how you solve the problem that matters. And that's true. You need to learn how to deal with those negative moments and how to find a solution so that you can get over it quickly, not just, complain about it. And then it just helped my life so much better. So last year when I went to the UK to study, I was robbed in London and I lost so many things. But thanks to that mindset, thanks to what I've learned, I could overcome that very quickly, very easily in just 1 month. I will link that video in the description box below so that you can check it out. But anyway, it helped me a lot. And I realized that sometimes when bad things happen, it happens for a reason, and that breakup could be a blessing in disguise that could help me to be better as I am today. And, but again, of course, you don't want to wait until your life to be that bad in order for you to feel the need to learn it, Because trust me, that feeling is not easy to take at all. It's very scary. It's terrible. It's just something that you would never want to happen to yourself. But on the other hand, if it happens to you, then just deal with it, just face it. And then once you get over it, what you can gain is a lot of lessons. You can learn so many things, and you will feel that, okay, I need to do something so that this thing would never happen again to me in the future. And after that, you just want to keep doing it for the rest of your life. You don't want to stop. And this is something very long term. It's going to be good for you. So yeah, those are the 3 reasons why you don't have the motivation to do something. And if you have any other reasons that you found out yourself, please comment in the section below. I would love to read them so that I can learn from them and others can also learn from them. Thank you so much for watching my video. Actually, this is the very first time I've done this kind of video on my channel, and I just hope that it can help you in some ways. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck. Bye.
And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like this video.